All right. So now we're gonna start y'all off with the video. That was some of the law of what and how America picked it up and who did it.
Honey, when was the last time you went to cake?
I was brought up in the Betty Crocker era. You had to get married and you had to have a child.
That's what it was about, to meet the guy, to get married, to have babies, to be the president of the PTA.
I can't even stand going back to thinking about those days, what sex was like for women.
Did I ever fake an orgasm? You bet I faked an orgasm. Oh.
Every place I went for interviews, the only thing you wanted to know was, can you type?
Your high score on the Scholastic Aptitude Test indicates that you can become a good secretary.
Landlords felt single women couldn't earn enough to pay for the apartment, and if you could earn enough, you must be a hooker.
That's the demon herself that started. And it's gonna show the black woman get involved. There you go.
It was like a tsunami. It was like something was boiling under the earth, and we could bring it up. It was as if a great floodlight had gone on, and it illuminated everything.
See that? And they using witchcraft fast talk. Illuminated means to shine the light of what? Satan on you, which finna bring in what? New doctrines, new laws, new commandments.
Skin disease, more whoredom.
In your face, and there were so many of us.
We had to change the system. Everything in the workplace, everything in the political sphere, everything in the domestic sphere.
What we are talking about is a revolution and not a reform.
It was exhilarating. It was also somewhat torturing because we were breaking new ground. It turned out that it was easier to kick down the door than to transform society.
The American people saw what the movement was all about, and they said no thanks.
It woke up what they call a moral majority, and they have grown and grown and grown. Our message was family. Appreciate the woman, appreciate the mother, and her role in developing the next generation.
See, that's that fucking queen. Yeah, I hate that shit.
I don't think my mother really ever laid out the nuances of the struggle between career and family.
Somehow you end up doing all the laundry and 90% of the grocery shopping. We need to live in a world where
men do half, women let them do half, and being a parent's not a full-time job for a woman and a part-time job for a man.
That's why we grew up with that 50-50.
Yeah.
By the time you grown, it was already in full-blown play.
And nobody listens to you when you go quietly into the night. The women's movement is the biggest social movement in the history of the planet Earth because it affected everybody.
It really impacted how I saw myself and how I fought for a seat at the table. What women were looking for is
Not that guarantee that they would succeed, but at least the opportunity to try.
When you hear so many people around you telling your story, you then come to understand that it's not really your story. It's a lot of people's story.
Yeah, so as you can see, they got a new show coming out called Makers. The women that's continuing on to make this feminist movement stay alive, which ain't nothing but Satan, one of Satan's devices. So they got a new show so you can get on the show. So yeah, so now as you can see, that's where that came from, and now you black women understand where the history came from and why you act the way you act. Now we're gonna focus on our nation and go into why the top tribe woman, the Judite woman, act the way she acts, seeing that you the source of all the wickedness, and we'll be on you men next. And you men, see, y'all don't get slid through too. It's a book called Black Demon, the media depiction of the African American male criminal stereotype. Y'all next on the list. Motherfucker think it's about tomorrow. So we start off with the book. And the first thing is chapter 1, childhood. Okay, so where you? Okay, you started. You was pulling something off of there?
Yeah.
How far? Well, you going into math? I just started up a little bit.
Okay.
And it looked like we got the same thing. What I should do?
Page 2.
Oh, you on this page?
No, I was on page 1, on page 2.
Oh, okay, no. Well, you go first then.
Okay.
If you got a scripture, I'll read.
All right. It says childhood, chapter 1. I start. Okay.
Read the whole thing.
Right.
Because I'm trying to scan through, you ain't gonna be able to. The spirit ain't finna let you.
Alright, this is chapter 1. It says, she is able to understand the language long before she can speak. She never stops studying her mother. This is talking about the woman child. And she never stops learning from her. If she is raised by 2 parents, she studies them both. Since she is with the mother or other females, she learns to tune into them emotionally.
See, not logically.
Right.
Emotionally. So she's looking at how they emotions responds to situations, not what kind of logic and knowledge that they bringing out, but how does she emotionally respond to situations? Because she being trained how she supposed to respond.
She learns to observe the other adults in the same way. Right, so whatever other adult might be around her, she's picking up on their emotions also, so she's picking up that information too. She can detect when they are happy, at peace, or sadly restrained or mad. She also pays attention to how her mother treats her father. She learns glances, body language, and moods. Right, all that, okay. The spoken and unspoken messages that her mother displays. As the cub, she mimics and includes these practices, right or wrong, as part of her survival skills from the very start. It says she overhears conversations that her mother has with her friends or relatives pertaining to the father. If all the mother's comments are supportive and positive, good. But since the habit of gaming on the black man is a 400-year-old tradition here, the infections are for the most part negative. She listens and she records the first mental tapes translated into pictures and forms, and they cannot be erased. Okay, it says, what she overhears as a small child may go something like this. I don't care what your father said. I said, I've got to cook and clean up this house before your father gets home because I don't want to hear his mouth. Your father don't run this house, I do. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He don't know that I know. He don't know what he's doing. John makes me sick. I get tired of picking up behind him. If the father requests something, she may hear the mother say, get it yourself, or you don't tell me what to do. I do what I want to do. Every mother is guilty of using these or similar terminologies about her husband when she is tired, exasperated, or angry during the childhood's upbringing.
I'll start. It's page 2. After hearing various negative, what's that, interference?
Yep.
Interferences. Behind the father's back, when the girl child observes how the mother may front off when the father is present, pretending that she is obedient and everything is fine. The girl child, while too young to actually distinguish between truth and falsehood, like what I was saying, watch how trusting and unaware the father is. Soon she concludes that the mother is right. He don't know, which must mean that he is dumb. And if he is dumb, and don't know what's going on behind his back, it makes the girl child insecure. he's physically strong, but we like two lives. One in the front of daddy and one behind his back.
Right, we live two lives. Like,
Yeah,
right.
go ahead, you said it right.
Right, go ahead, Ted.
Since the mother is her mentor and they are alike, she agrees. You can't trust him. He is different from us.
Right, you see how they start out as being fucking demons, man?
And the cycle starts.
Two lives. Bitch lived two lives. One in front of you, one behind you.